Well, hi there, this is Rick Ankrum. Thought I'd try something different today, doing a video report or wrap-up of my ride today. I got home from my meeting, I guess it was a little after 3. The sun was so bright and shiny, I said, no way could I not go riding today. But I hadn't had lunch yet, so I needed to get that done. And by the time I got that finished, it was about 10 after 4, so I took off then. It kind of reminded me of back when I used to work back in 2011, how I'd scurry home from work trying to get home in time to get out on the road and get 24 mile ride in before dark, and all the traffic that you come into. So knowing that it was kind of late, I decided I was going to go a short route. Well, it turned out though that today's route ended up being 29 miles, but I did go down Lake Houston Parkway, West Lake Houston Parkway, and then across 1960, and then over to across Lake Houston into Huffman. Ended up being 29 miles, which surprised me. I was also surprised, I thought, after battling the wind so hard yesterday, and the legs and everything, that boy, today I'd be crawling along, but I think my legs recovered and I was able to end up with an average speed of 16.1 miles an hour. Kind of amazing. The wind, well, that sun didn't last long. Fortunately, I didn't go with my first choice of jersey. I was going to wear my red and black DNA short sleeve jersey, but as you can see here, at the last minute I said, no, I'm not going to take a chance. Even though it's nice and sunny, it was 79 degrees, and so I switched over to my long sleeve jersey. I am glad I did, because as further, not long after I left home, as I was going down Lake Houston Parkway, and the clouds started to come in. By the time I got to FM 1960, the clouds were covering up a lot of the sun, and it was starting to get a little chilly, cooler. And by the time I got home, it was 74 degrees. But anyway, I soldiered on. The wind, as I was going down south on West Lake Houston, a lot of directions there, was coming out of the east, hitting my left-hand side, which wasn't causing too much of a problem. But boy, when I wound my way through Atascocita and Walden at Lake Houston, and then across Lake Houston, I was going into the wind, but fortunately it was only 10 miles an hour or so, so it wasn't a big deal. But once I made the loop down Fair Lake Drive and Old Atascocita Road and then up FM 2500, I stopped at Huffman, at my favorite Huffman Chevron station, for a break. Had some animal crackers and a Diet Pepsi, and it felt good leaning back against the warm brick on there. When I started going west on FM 1960, headed back home, I had a nice tailwind, and boy, I kicked my gears down one, and I was burning up the road, hitting 22, 23 miles an hour, which is pretty fast for an old geezer like me. So after I got across Lake Houston, I turned down Atascocita Shores, my usual route, and the breeze felt cool coming off of the lake. It's still out of the east, and but the further I got from the lake shore, it was okay. Now headed up, as I went back home, headed back up north on West Lake Houston Parkway, the traffic was definitely heavier than the typical middle of the day that I'm riding here. But fortunately at Kingwood Greens, I cut into that and got off of West Lake Houston Parkway and went on the back streets. I did see a couple of other bikers, which is kind of surprising for that time of the day. So that was nice. Waved at both of them. Both of them, I think, waved back. I'm not sure about that. So anyway, I got back home. It was 6:21. Left at 4:09. So it was a nice bike ride. And overall riding time was 1 hour 48 minutes and 1 second. And I'm sorry, yeah, the riding time, the total duration was 2 hours 11 minutes. And like I say, the top speed, my top average speed, or top speed, was 24.1 miles per hour, which is pretty fast for me on that. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.